want to tell you about the secret to my success. And it started with this right here. Albert Einstein didn't speak till he was 4, and he didn't talk till he was age 7. He was considered mentally handicapped by his family and also by his teachers. Michael Jordan was cut from his basketball team because he wasn't good enough. You see, most of us think we're not good enough, right? But what are we going to do about it? Every one of us has faced hardships in our life. Am I right? Every one of us has. But the thing about life is you got to go to your core and make it happen. I am Belisa L. Taylor. I am an American Air Force combat veteran. I served my country 22 years in the United States Air Force. Was it easy? No. You know what I did? I kept my faith there. Faith is what got me through it. When I say it, it was a lot of things that went on in my life. And here's what I'm going to tell you about. I lost my husband to suicide in 2003. How was I going to deal with that? Faith. My daughter tried to do the same act because what? She was the apple of his eyes. Now, my journey, as I told you, has been a little bit on this side, but I'm here to tell you that I am a bold, powerful, and authentic person. Why? Because I know who I am. Some of us don't know who we are, but that's okay because we're all on a different journey. What are we going to do about it? We're going to pack up, ruck up, and roll and get the job done no matter what. Now, here's the next step of my journey. My son, 2 months ago, almost died walking down the street and got hit by a car. He was left for dead. Guess what happened? An innocent bystander came around and redirected the traffic. And guess what happened to him? He got hit also. Now, when he showed up at the hospital, he was considered to be unknown. So you already know what that means, right? But guess what? My faith kept me strong. Anybody that knows when they lose a loved one to cancer, to suicide and all of that, well, guess what? It's never an easy journey, is it? But what I want you to do is know that you have resilience in you. Now, what is resilience? Resilience is the backbone to your adversity. I'm going to say this again. Resilience is the backbone to your adversity. I want to touch each and every one of you lives today and let you know you are powerful. You are real and you are got this journey on lockdown right now. Give yourself a clap right now. Now, on this journey, I am also here to let you know one thing. My journey is about trauma and resilience. I share my story to the world, and I'm here to help you too. Now, let me tell you something about this journey. As you know, I did 22 years in the military, but guess what I'm going to tell you? If I ever get a chance to speak to any one of you and to be a mentor and coach you and be a confidant, I got you. But also what I am also going to do is tell you, I'm going to ask you those tough questions. Are you suffering in silence? So many of us are suffering in silence. What are you going to do about it? The first thing you're going to do is you need to look yourself in the mirror. How many of you have looked yourself in the mirror? some of you probably haven't in a while because you're afraid of what's in there. You know what you got to do? How many of you heard of peeling back the layers of the onion? When you're peeling back each layers of the onion, that's where you're going to find out who you truly are in your life. Each layer is about what you need to do in your life. And you got to delve deep to your core and figure it out. Every story in here is real. You know how I got through it all? There's somebody's story is always, always, always worse than mine. When my son was diagnosed with paranoid schizophrenia, I thought to myself, how am I going to deal with that? But you know what I did? I went back. I went back to my childhood. My mother was a paranoid schizophrenic, and she raised me. It was never easy. But what I did know is she loved me, and she taught me how to become resilient. Resilience is what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. Are you going to cry about something? Or think about all the people that have gone through so much in their lives. You see a lot of amputees out here, and sometimes we talk about what we're going to do the next day or the weekend. But guess what? Remember this. There's always, always somebody's story worse than yours. Now, I'm going to talk about my daughter for a moment. I'm so proud of my daughter because my daughter has been through so much. She tried to commit suicide 8 times. So on my journey, that was pretty hard for a single parent. But you know what I did? I kept my faith and I never gave up. My son is diagnosed with bipolar and paranoid schizophrenia. For parents out there that have children that suffer from mental illness, I love you. You know why? Because I know what it feels like when they don't take their medicine. I know what it feels like when they say that they're not well and they don't want to take anything. But let me tell you something about life. We have to still love our children no matter what. We still have to cheer for them. I was raped at the age of 13. And do you think that was not hard to do? Tough pill to swallow. But what I did, I went back to my core. I started journaling out my pain to paper. What is going to build you up and carry you on the journey is start with 2 things, a pen and paper. Now, on the journey of our walk, pen, paper, you're going to talk about your inner child of growing up. How many of you have not connected with your inner child in a while? Some of you may say, well, what is that? That is going back to what you used to be, all that pain that you suffered in silence. It's all about connecting with yourself. I want you to do me a favor today. I need you to reconnect with yourself. I need you to look yourself in the mirror and say, I am bold, I am powerful, I am handsome, I am beautiful. Speak those daily affirmations in your life. You only got one shot at life, and that's to build yourself up and be the person, people you've always wanted to be in your life. When I left my military career, I knew I wanted to do something great. Because at the age of 7 years old, I wanted to share my story to the world. I wanted to transform lives. Because I knew all the stuff that I had gone through. I knew somebody was just like me out there in the world. But how did I do it? I did it with being resilient. I would never, ever not think of anybody less than me. I always treat people like they are the best thing ever. You know why? Because you never know what that person is going through. Every journey of our life is a witness to show you who you are. When you get on your knees at night, thank whoever you want to thank, that you're still breathing, you're still alive, you're still well. Every day, I'm going to challenge each and every one of you to say something positive to someone, whether it be a smile, whether it be a thank you, where I appreciate you. People need to hear the words of kindness. If we can't do nothing else, just show love to people. Donate some time. That's what it's all about. On this walk in our journey, I have met a lot of people in this world, but you know what I do notice? A lot of people are suffering in silence. And all they need is someone to trust them and guide them where they need to go. On this walk in my journey, I had two strong women that I looked up to. And that was my mother and it was my grandmother. And they laid the foundation. And I'm grateful because I'm every bit of them and more. They're no longer with me. But I tell you one thing, on this walk in your journey, you may not understand what I'm saying, but you should know that I'm giving you some powerful love today. I want you to know it from my heart that people need everyone in this world to survive. I want to thank each and every one of you guys for coming out to today's Coca-Cocos. It's very important to show the support. This is my dream that I've always wanted to do. But most importantly, it's about taking care of people and transforming those lives. Every one of you guys are an icon of power. Power to be whatever you wanted to be in your life. Whatever you dreamed of, you can make it happen. It's all about giving it what you have. I told you today, my journey is about resilience. The secret to my success is being unstoppable, not giving up, but also knowing that any person that I come in contact with, I'm going to transform lives. That's it. I'm dropping the mic.